Welcome back to your mat. For today, the session is all about fresh starts. So whether you have a on-again, off-again relationship with Pilates, or you've had a hectic week, or you just feel like you can't put one more stressful thing on your plate, this is the workout for you. We're going to be taking things a little bit slower, a little bit more meaningful, and just really focusing on working really deep and intentionally in our bodies and moving in a way that just feels fresh and encouraging for our bodies. So go ahead and join me on your mat. You don't need anything except yourself. So go ahead and start off seated. We're going to be nice and tall right up on the sit bones, and I want you to take your hands behind your thighs and actually use your arms here to help pull yourself up onto your sits bones and sit really tall here, shoulders down the back, chest and collarbone are wide open, and that's really all I want you to focus on just for this moment. Just thinking about expanding and opening up this upper portion of your back and your chest. Taking a couple deep inhales through your nose and exhaling, we're going to add movement to the spine. So as you inhale, I want you to rock back. So keeping this part open, I want you to rock your tailbone under you, rolling back into your sacrum, that lowest portion of your spine, and then exhale, come forward and re-expand. Inhale, we rock it back. Really think about tipping your pelvis under you and then exhaling to come up really tall. So this portion, this chest and thoracic spine actually carry a lot of tension. If you get stressed, even if you don't think you're stressed, your body carries it for you and your body holds onto it, and especially in the upper neck and traps. And we're going to focus on just releasing that. You know, tension actually gets built up in our bodies and it actually needs somewhere to go. It needs to be released from our bodies. And that's why movement is so helpful, because it allows a space for that tension to be released, allows a space for that tension to go. So we're just going to encourage that in our bodies today, giving ourselves a place to start fresh. And rocking back. 2 more like this, just warming up our spine as well. A lot of times if things are hectic, there's stress, there's anxiety, we start to actually compress our spines, or we get a little stiff in our spine. So we're just encouraging that movement to come back. On this one, I want you to hold. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, I want you to rock yourself back again one more time. Hang on here with your arms for just a moment so you can really feel that tipping of your pelvis. You could feel the pubic bone pulling forward, feel the belly zipping in and up. Then from there, you're going to float the arms. Now, if this feels like too much, just come up a little bit. It's okay. If you want more challenge, go down a little bit. You're good either one. Take a nice deep inhale here, and all I want you to do is exhale as you sit up tall. Lift your arms up. We're going to pulse to the right. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Find center and roll it back down with an inhale. As we exhale, we lift, 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 lift. Now pulsing to the left. 1, 2, 3. Find center and roll it down. Getting a little bit more mobility in that spine. Lift, lift, lift. Open that collarbone. Rotate 2, 3. Center. You could absolutely use your arms here too. You don't have to have them floating overhead. So you could sit up, use those arms, gentle twist, 2, 3. Just make sure that when you're doing that twist, it's coming from inside your body rather than shoving or forcing yourself into it. And roll it down. Let's do 3 more. Up, twist, 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 find center, and roll it back. Up. Getting a little bit taller each time. And lift. 1, 2, 3, find center, and back. Last time, we go up. Find center and allow those knees to drop open. Bring the soles of your feet together, almost like prayer stance for your feet. And I want you to go ahead and roll yourself all the way down on your mat with those knees open wide. Now taking a breath here, go ahead and pull your elbows in towards your rib cage, palms face each other. Spine is long, we're in that neutral. Belly is zipping in and up from the pelvic floor. As you exhale, I want you to press down through the sides of your feet. Press your feet together, press into your elbows, and exhale, float your bum off of the mat. Inhale, we lower it down. Exhale, we press off of the mat. A little bit of a butterfly bridge here. Really good for the outer hip and glute. And we're allowing the pelvis to be open, allowing the inner thigh to be open, another place where we gather tension when things are hard or stressful, or we just feel a little bit achy and stiff. Last two. On this one, I want you to stay up. Place your knees together. So stay lifted, knees are together, elbows are still in. On your inhale, you're going to roll your spine down one little bone at a time. As your spine rolls down, shoot the arms in opposition. Just feels so good to get a little bit of length through the spine. Exhale, you're going to draw your pelvis up, curling through the spine one bone at a time, and the elbows are going to pull back into the mat for a little support. Inhale, roll it down and away. Reach the arms back. Exhale, pulling. And maybe you haven't moved in a little while. Maybe it's been one of those on again, off again relationships with your workouts. And that's okay. Coming back is always one of the best decisions you can make. So just give yourself and your body time and space. If you're like, hey, I actually am feeling these. I thought this was going to be a gentle workout. Well, it's gentle, but we want to encourage our muscles and press it up. Two more. Roll it down one bone at a time. Let's do one more. Might have lied. Exhale, I want you to press it all the way up. Stay here for just a moment. Go ahead and inhale. You're going to open your hands wide as your knees go wide. And then exhale, everything closes. You're still using those elbows. Inhale, we open, getting a little external rotation in the shoulder and the hip at the same time. So we inhale, open, exhale. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale to close it. You've got two more. Open. Exhale. One more. Open. Exhale to close. Place your hands down. Roll your spine down. Just let it melt for a moment here. Okay, so settling back into your mat, slide your legs out long. Take a nice deep inhale, floating your arms all the way back overhead. Palms are going to face the ceiling. Feel your ribs nestle down into your mat, so drawing your ribs together. Feel your pelvic floor lifting and zipping you up from the very base of that canister of your spine. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, float the arms. The chin rolls to the chest. We zip through those inner thighs. We pull the belly in, up, and back, and reach for those toes. Rolling ourselves down, one bone at a time, nice and slow and steady. We're going to do a couple more like that. Exhaling up and over for that roll up. Roll up is so good for our body because it requires not only strength, but it requires flexibility and mobility in the body. So it requires movement in the hamstring, the hip, requires freedom in the spine and the shoulder girdle. It's kind of an everything in one exercise. And it's a lot of breath work as well. Now on this one, I want you to roll all the way down and pause here. We're going to take the arms over to the right. So we're going to reach the arms over to the right, and we're going to roll ourselves up on the right side of our spine, chin to chest. Same rules apply, except we're rolling up on that right side, reaching out towards the toes, and then rock yourself towards your left hip. Roll it down, slow and steady, into your left side of your spine. Inhale back through center. Now we switch, we exhale, come up on the left. Reach out towards those toes, rock to the right, and roll it down with control. Feel free to go slower or quicker than me. Totally okay. Inhale, bringing it back. I almost went to that left side again. Exhale, reverse it to the right. Got to keep your mind engaged in Pilates too, right? Reach it all the way back and to the left. So it's almost like you're just making a circle over your body, allowing yourself to roll up one side at a time, getting a little bit more mobilization in the spine. Last one here, roll it down and coming up to that left. Reaching it out, roll it all the way down. Finding center, take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, I want you to roll your head, neck, and chest up, squeezing those inner thighs together. Slowly drag that right knee in, extend it up, and lower it down. Same thing, other side, we pull, extend, and down, head goes down. Exhale, right knee in, extend, and down, left knee in, extend and down, lower it down. Just warming up through the abdominals. Exhale, scoop through the belly, reach through those armpits, pull, lift, and lower. Getting a little bit of a stretch, an active stretch through the hamstrings. Exhale, last set. Pull, lift, and lower. Pull, lift, and lower. And roll it all the way down. Take a nice deep breath here. Slide your hands behind your head, giving yourself a little bit more support for your neck. Feel that your neck gets longer here. So let your head be heavy in your hands and feel almost like somebody's pulling the top of your head in opposition to your feet. As you exhale, again, feel those ribs close and draw your belly in and up as we roll our head, neck, and chest up. This time, we're going to draw that knee in. We're going to rotate towards it, extend, and lower. Other side, so we come through center, pull, rotate, extend, and lower. Come back through center, right side, extend, and lower, center, left side, extend, and lower. 2 more sets. And reach. That twisting sensation in the body is so good for our bodies. Last set. And rotate, extend, lower it down, come through center, don't come out of it. Find length for your neck. And then lower yourself all the way down. Good job. Go ahead and bend your knees and roll yourself all the way up. We're going to come onto our hands and knees here. So just flipping over onto your hands and your knees. And I want you to go ahead and widen through those palms, just working into our back body a little bit here. So palms are really widespread, knees right underneath our hips, drawing in and up through our center. As you inhale, just extend your arm and your leg to the edges of your mat. So my arm is reaching out, my leg is reaching out. Doesn't matter which side because we'll hit both. And then exhale, draw in and up. See if you can float everything out. And lower it down. Exhale, float it out, and lower it down. If you want more of a challenge, you'll float it out, and instead of tapping the mat, you'll curl into your body. Inhale, reach it back out. So you can either curl through and find that length, or you can tap toe and finger and find length. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. Hold it at the top. Find length in your spine. Get even longer than you think you can. Feel your hips pull away from your ribs. Feel your belly lift away from the mat. Feel length in the back of the neck. Feel your shoulder on your back. And bring it in. Take a breath. Find your center. And exhale, slide the opposite side. So fingertips and toes reaching as long as they can away from the center of the body. Inhale, and then exhale, float away. And inhale, bring it back. Sometimes taking a movement like this that's relatively simple and slowing it down and becoming really intentional can help us go deeper in that movement. Exhale, watching for any instability through the pelvis, that we're not rocking into one side or the other. Also watching for dipping or compressing in that low back. We don't want any of that. Reach, finding length. The length starts in your center, not in your arm and your leg. Your arm and your leg are an expression of that length. If you want to add on, you can by all means go into that curl, rounding, and then reaching back out. Totally up to you. Exhale for that tuck and lengthen. If you'd rather not, you just tap it down and float it back up. 2 to go. Last one. Hold it here. Find a little bit more length. Start here, right? Start in your low back. See if you can get a little bit longer. Work your way up your spine. Can you create more space? What about your neck, your traps? Now through the arm, through the fingertips, through the glute, through the thigh, through your knee and your toes, and bring it down. Well done. Press back for a quick little child's pose. And go ahead and come back here. I want to give us a little bit of a mobilization through the upper back or the thoracic spine. So from here, all we're going to do is a little press up to downward dog. So find that stability in your hands. Exhale, pressing up to a down dog position and really pressing your chest back towards your thighs. Bend your knees as much as you need here to get a little bit further, a little bit more of a stretch in that thoracic spine, lessen your hamstrings. And then inhale, float your way back down. So we'll exhale, draw the belly in, press back, feeling that stretch through the thoracic. We want to feel it through the mid-back. And then slowly bring it back down. Exhale. Taking it up and back. If it feels good to straighten your legs, go for it. Not so much, stay in those bent knees. Last 2. And center. 1 more. And center. On this one, we're going to add on just a little bit here. So I want you to come onto the center. You're going to bring your right palm to the middle of your mat, and you're going to windmill open that left arm, exhaling into that rotation. This one is always so good for me because I get very stiff in my upper back. Trying to look up towards that left arm, bring it back down, widen through the palms, exhale to press into that down dog. And inhale, coming back. This time, left palm goes to the center, and we open up to the right. Lift, lift, lift. Trying not to shift in your hips. Just rotating through the back. Come back to center. Press up into that down dog. Still focusing on upper back. You'll feel your hamstrings too, but the goal is for a release in the back. And bring it in. Press up into that down dog. And back. Find center. Open it up. 1 more set. Pressing up. Bring it down. Right palm. Open through the left. Really twist, twist, twist. Now, before you come out of it, I want you to wrap. Take that left hand through that little hole, that little space you've made. Come onto your shoulder. And then press yourself back. Getting a little stretch through the shoulder, through the upper back. Inhale. And exhale, press yourself up. Good. Palms are down. Last little down dog. Press it up. Bring it in. That left hand goes to center. We open up with the right arm. Take a nice deep breath. Really open through that space in our body. And then exhale, we're going to dive through. So that right arm goes through, coming onto our shoulder. Resting our head gently. Pressing yourself back just a little bit. Breathe into it. And slowly press yourself up. Come all the way down onto your belly. So one of the things I love to do when it's been a while and I'm feeling stiff and tight is really focus a lot on that back chain or that postural chain of muscles. All the muscles that help me stand and sit properly. And I notice such a huge difference in my mood and even in the way I carry myself throughout the day by just doing a little extra focus on that. So that's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna bring our head down onto the mat and we're gonna go into swimming prep. So my legs are about hip distance apart. I'm gonna open my arms about shoulder distance apart. And from here, focus first on the pulling up through your center. So as you exhale, you're gonna draw your navel away from the mat. You start in the pelvic floor though. So pelvic floor lifts, it's like an elevator. Pelvic floor begins to lift, drawing the navel away from the mat, and then the ribs hug deeply together. So we're secure and we're steady through our center. Next inhalation, try to inhale wide into the ribs, side to side like an accordion, rather than deep into the belly. Take a breath here. Exhale, recommitting through that center. Inhale, expand through the ribs. Exhaling down. Now on this inhale, I want you to float your right arm and your left leg, keeping the rest of your body down. Feel the expansion through the back of your body. Exhale, lower. Other side, inhale. And exhale down. One more time to each. Inhale. The breath carries us. Exhale it down. Inhale, reach. And exhale down. All right, so adding on, we float the head, neck, and chest, finding length in the upper back, feeling that same sensation of that stretch through the upper back as we just did in our down dog. Pull the belly in and up, float the legs, float the arms. From there, go ahead and lower your right leg and your left arm. Press down into the mat with those as you simultaneously lift and reach out with the opposite arm and leg. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Feeling this active X on the back of your body. Everything into center stays stable. We're not rocking side to side. We're holding that midline. Last 2 sets. Reach, reach, reach. Press down with that opposite hand and leg. And reach up and out with the ones that are off of the mat. Last set here. Reach and reach. Bring it down. Take an inhale and exhale. Press yourself all the way back. Give yourself a nice big child's pose stretch. Really curl around your back up into a cat. And then rebuild all the way up. Take a nice deep breath in, let it all out, and you are set. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you feel a little bit more energized, released, and ready to take on that fresh start for today.